Let us come to the discussion for tax planning in respect of non-residents. Indian income is taxable in India if the taxpayer is a resident or non-resident. However, foreign income is taxable only when the taxpayer is resident in India. In other words, a non-resident is not subject to tax in India in respect of his foreign income. Now, let us come to the point. What are the aspects where we can tell that it is a person, an assessee has received income in India, and what are the types of sources it can be? Point number one, if income is received in India during the previous year and at the same time it accrues or arises in India during the previous year. If income is received in India during the previous year but it accrues or arises outside India during the previous year. If income is received outside India during the previous year but it accrues in India during the previous year. Now let us come to the foreign income. What is foreign income? If the following two conditions are satisfied, then such income is foreign income. What are them? What are they? There are two types of conditions which has to be satisfied. Two conditions has to be satisfied. What are they? Income is not received in India. Okay. Now income does not accrue or arise in India. That means income does not accrue or arise or does not deem to accrue or arise in India and it is not received in India, then it is a foreign income. To get the status of foreign income, it should not be received or deemed to be received in India, and at the same time it should not accrue or arise in India or deemed to accrue or arise in India. The following conditions should be satisfied in case one should take into consideration certain incomes which are deemed to accrue or arise in India under section 9, even though they may actually accrue or arise outside India. Section 9 applies to all assessees irrespective of their residential status and nationality, domicile and place of business. The categories of income which are deemed to accrue or arise in India are as under. The following conditions should be satisfied. Condition 1. The taxpayer has a business connection in India. By virtue of business connection in India, income actually arises outside India. Now let us come to the point. I have now explained in a nutshell which are foreign income, when income arises in India or outside India or deemed to accrue or arise in India. What are the one should keep in, what are the points one should keep in mind when for a non-resident whose income is taxable outside India. Now it should include a profession connection. It includes a person acting on or behalf of a non-resident and who performs any one or more of the following. Activity 1. He exercises in India an authority to conclude contracts on behalf of the non-resident. It does not cover the activity of only purchase of goods or merchandise for the non-resident. Activity 2. He has no such authority but habitually maintains in India stock of goods or merchandise from which he regularly delivers goods or merchandise on behalf of the non-resident. Activity 3. He habitually secures order in India for the non-resident or for non-residents under the same management. Where a business is carried on in India through a person referred to in activity 1, 2 or 3, only so much of the income it is attributable to the operations carried out in India shall be deemed to accrue or arise in India. Now, what are the provisions in respect of procurement of import order? There are various judicial rulings. Okay. Now, CIT versus R.D. Agarwal and Company. The SSC was engaged in procuring import orders from India and communicating the same to non-resident exporters. The orders were offers which the SSC had no authority to accept on or behalf of non-residents. The contracts for sale of goods took place outside India. Price was received and also delivery of goods was given outside India. Even no operation such as procuring raw materials, manufacturing of finished goods took place in India. On this fact, what the Supreme Court has decided or held has given the judicial ruling. It is giving the judicial ruling that there was no business connection between the SSC and non-residents. Now let us come to the word business, which income tax has defined. Business, the word business expression means business connection is of widest import and an inclusive one, and it means an activity carried on continuously and systematically by a person by the application of his labor or skill with a view to earn income. It does not necessarily mean trade or manufacture only. It is used as including within its scope of profession, vocations and callings from a fairly long time. Professions are generally regarded as business. The expression business connection in section 9.1 is comprehensive enough to include all heads of income mentioned in section 14. The following operations do not amount to business connection by virtue of specific provision in the Act. The following operations do not amount to business connection by virtue of specific provisions in the Act. What are they? If all business operations are not carried out in India, I hope you understand it is not carried out in India, and the income of the business deemed to accrue or arise in India, the apportionment, now comes what? The apportionment of profits should be on a rational basis and should not be arbitrary. Okay. So, I have discussed in a nutshell what are the business connections, what is defined as business connection, what are the conditions which should be satisfied for a taxpayer to have business connection, what is foreign income, what is Indian income. Now, let us come to the point of there are several connotations in Income Tax Act, various conditions to be considered, and accordingly decision has to be taken. What are the salaries of foreign citizens for the purpose of tax planning, what they should do, how different countries have different rules, and also there are some double tax avoidance treaty with India, with many countries. Now we will come back to the next session of my discussion. Thank you.